Happy Pi Day. It's 3/14, which is, I think Pi Day was like the first date-based holiday. Now we have 4/20 for smoking weed. We have May the 4th is Star Wars Day. 8/17 is Jeffrey Dahmer Day. You get that, Guillermo? 8/17 is
Yes,
there?
yes.
Explain it to us. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not sure, Jimmy. No,
Yeah,
I don't remember. I know about Taco Tuesday, Jimmy, yeah.
You know about Taco Tuesday?
Yeah.
We got Taco Tuesday. No, Jeffrey Dahmer, 8/17 acquaintances. So that's the joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you glad I explained it? And he ate them on Taco Tuesday. He made tacos out of them. And then we got Easter coming up in like 3.5 weeks. And by the way, there's an Easter controversy already gently boiling. PETA, the animal rights organization, has asked the White House to stop using eggs in their annual Easter egg roll, which would just be I don't know what they... Is it possible that PETA is a false flag operation designed to make liberals look ridiculous? Because PETA is asking the Bidens to use plastic eggs, wooden eggs, or even lovely painted rocks instead of eggs this year. That's a good idea. Big pile of rocks outside the White House, just in case there's another insurrection or something, somebody wants to speak their mind. Why they're focused on this, I have no idea, when the bigger issue is the fact that the White House on Easter is testing eyeshadow mascara on a bunny. Is this an Easter egg roll or RuPaul's Drag Race? I don't know. And the White House isn't the only one getting it from PETA this week. The group is apparently also unhappy that we had a donkey at the Oscars Sunday night. So we had Jenny, the emotional support donkey from the Banshees of Inisherin, on the show, and they posted shame on Jimmy Kimmel and the Oscars for using this donkey as a prop. Jenny the donkey is the one who needs emotional support. She's not an actor. Imagine the stress she feels being forced on stage. I don't have to imagine. I was forced on stage also. And why are they on my case? In the movie, they killed the donkey, okay? I spent a lot of time with Jenny backstage, whose real name is Dominic, by the way. Seemed pretty chill to me. He didn't seem worried about the show. Everybody's petting him. He's eating snacks. And let me tell you something. If I could get a job eating carrots and getting stroked by Jamie Lee Curtis backstage, I'd be very interested. I'd be very happy to take that. And by the way, this is the kind of thing we should be focused on in this country. According to the FBI, Americans lost $10.3 billion on internet scams last year. And that doesn't even count those Trump digital trading cards. There are all kinds of scams going on. One guy, this is a crazy story, spent all his money on what he thought was a thriving online business. Turned out to be Twitter. His name was Elon Musk. But scammers are increasingly preying on a lot of people, but especially older people. And it's become such an issue, the White House is taking action.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Hey, sports fans, it's your old pal, Bazooka Joe. And it's my job to warn you about getting bamboozled by your laptop. Taken from Hunter, those deals are more trouble than a monkey in a mailbox. If you get an email, a telegram, fax, or Snapple chat from some fella begging you for quick cash, hold your horses. It might be some kind of matchstick man trying to flim-flam you for extra scratch, Jack. A couple weeks ago, I got one of these emails. Said it was from my buddy Hector, who needed $850 to buy some ointment for his thingamabob. So I sent Jill down to the Western Union, and guess what? I got goldfished. I never saw Hector, or that $850 again. So be careful. It's like I always say, give a hoot, don't compute. Ah, look. It's a text mail from Hector. Dear friend, I'm writing to you because my alpaca, Darren, is gravely ill. I need $600 for his kidney transplant.
Oh, man, Hector can't catch a break. Speaking of scam artists, Congressman George Santos today filed paperwork to run for a second term in 2024. Oh, I figured there'd be applause, no? How is he running for a second term? He hasn't even been kicked out of his first term yet. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is finally accepting responsibility for the deadly violence he incited on January 6th. Just kidding. He's blaming it on Mike Pence. He's blaming it on Mike Pence. Trump said since Pence refused to help him overturn the election, he, quote, in many ways deserves blame for what happened at the Capitol. Which is the presidential equivalent of, if the teller had just put the money in the bag, everybody would have made it home safe. He said if Mike Pence hadn't refused to overturn the election, you wouldn't have had January 6th, as we call it. Yeah, right. That's what the calendar calls it, too. Everyone calls it. Are people calling it December 37th? I don't think so. Listen, Mike Pence can be blamed for a lot of things, like shampooing with whiteout, but he didn't cause January 6th. They tried to hang him on January 6th. I have to say, I can't wait to see Pence debating Donald Trump. It's gonna be like Elmo versus Cocaine Bear. It's gonna be... Trump has been making little attack videos on Truth Social. I think he's trying to get Truth Social going. And what I like about these videos is he always wraps them up with a moment of thanks.
We have to take back the White House, or our country is doomed. Thank you very much. Our country is going to hell, and we're going to turn it back into greatness for America. Thank you very much. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much. Our country is going to hell. We're going to make America great again. Thank you. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Thank you. People don't want fake news. Thank you very much. I think taking a competency test would be a good thing. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, I guess. You know, say what you like about him. He's very polite. Trump right now is mad at Fox News because he found out everybody on air there was sending texts calling him an idiot after the election. So they've been sycophanting it up even more than usual lately. This morning, Fox and Friends attempted to appease Orange Julius Caesar with some positive poll numbers.
Well, he also is on a bit of a roll. Since he went and visited East Palestine, stopped having lunch with white supremacists, and has got a very disciplined message. According to the Emerson poll, he's got 73% approval rating among Republicans with high school degrees or below.
Mostly below. He is absolutely crushing among voters who cannot tie their own shoes. It's amazing. Trump has been taking shots at Governor Ron DeSantis, who is the Republican candidate he obviously fears the most. DeSantis is governor of the Sunshine State, where there's always something interesting happening, as evidenced by our ongoing feature, This Week in Florida.
The Sponge Docks in Tarpon Springs is a popular tourist attraction. But today, the lights were off at one of the businesses, the We Spy coffee shop, where an employee is accused of doing just that, spying on and recording male customers using the bathroom.
Well, you know, it says it right on the sign. I mean, would you go into a We Sneeze on the Cakes bakery? No. That's on you. I have to say, I don't know about you, I've not caught up with daylight saving time. Didn't we get rid of daylight saving time? Why do we still have daylight saving time? I don't know. I was so tired this morning. Thank you. I'm glad we could finally come together as a nation. They had an expert on the Today Show explaining how setting the clock ahead has a negative effect on our health. And I want you to pay very close attention to what this expert says here, especially when she uses the word clock.
There's no argument that we need to get rid of changing the clocks. It's difficult for the internal clock in our brain to adjust that quickly. There's a clock in your brain, right? And it's the clock in your brain, the strongest setter of that clock is the sun. And when the sun comes up in the morning, that's how that clock is set. And that clock maintains all the rhythms for wake and sleep.
I've been speaking English my whole life. I never knew it was a silent L. I had no idea. We have fun. We've got a fun show for you tonight. From Shazam! Fury of the Gods, Rachel Zegler is with us tonight. We have a very talented artist from Nashville. Her name is Sunny War. And the man responsible for destroying Steven Spielberg's family, Seth Rogen, is here with us tonight. But first, every once in a blue moon, we take some time out to ponder the questions that nobody bothered to ask. And with that said, it's time for 3 ridiculous questions with our friend Nicole Byer. What's the dumbest thing you believed as a kid?
It was that you ate a sesame seed bun on like a hamburger, and one of those seeds would plant in your stomach, and that's where babies came from.
You thought that?
Yes, and my mother let me just repeat that to people because she thought it was funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
How would you go about robbing a bank if all you had was a bag of apples?
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the teller and be like, this is already filled with money from this bank. Give me more.
So it's kind of just a continuation of a previous robbery they didn't know about?
And then I'll take them out.
What do you think is the worst thing about being a magician?
I don't know. Do you think magicians get laid?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to see a magic trick?
Yes. Do you know what?
We use the cap from this bullet, all right? Here we
Okay.
go. Keep an eye on it, all right? Here we go. Oh, look at that. It's in your
I
ear.
really don't know how you did that. And I'm really excited.
Are you feeling like you want to have sex with me now?
I think so.
Oh, see? Oh, I guess they don't.
Because I think you're married and I think that would be rude to your wife.
I'll make her disappear.
Very funny thing to say to a woman.
To my wife.
To your wife. Disappearing.
Bullet Bourbon, the answer to all of life's ridiculous questions.